Yo, it's your boy Karceno here. What's up to y'all? And if Gina, you listen to my videos, I told you, stay off my videos. Now, back to basics. We're going to answer some of your questions out there. I haven't done that in a long time, and then I've been on vacay, so I never had a chance to really sit down and answer a lot of these questions that you had. And we're going to try to knock out as many as we can. Let's go. What do you think about Pacquiao Bradley 3? Did make a video about that, and we spoke on that. And I already said nobody wanted to see it, but they're gonna do it anyway. So if Bradley wins, HBO wins. If Pacquiao wins, HBO wins. Okay, Deontay Wilder versus Arthur Spilker. And what do I think about Charles Martin? Charles Martin, I think it's too early to tell. I mean, he seems like he got a lot of power. Never really seen him as a superstar, but he could be. You know, I mean, I don't really know too much about him to really make any decision, but the fight with Glasgow, that's going to be a big enough fight where we'll get to see exactly what Martin's made of. So this is like his first big test, and that's on the same card as Arthur Spilker. Arthur Spilker is a tough fight for Wilder. You know, I don't know if Spilker could take Wilder's power, because that's that Alabama strength, man, and that's a whole nother level. But if he can get past 6 rounds, Spilker is a dangerous guy at the 6th round. So we'll see. And this is the first time that Brooklyn's gonna have a heavyweight fight in 115 years. 115 years. I might just go out to Brooklyn to see that fight. When is that? That's like January. Like next week or a couple weeks. I might fly out to that. Go to the Barclays Center. I ain't made up my mind yet. Thinking about it. With Karceno, why do you think Pacquiao and them turned down Broner? Do you think they was just using it? I made a video on this, y'all. Y'all asking me questions about stuff I already made videos on. Watch the videos, man. I love to answer y'all questions, but if I already made the video, I don't check the playlist. But I told you, they used that for publicity. They was not gonna seriously fight no Adrian Broner. Karceno, who's the #1 guy in boxing now that Floyd Mayweather's out? They say it's Manny Pacquiao. Do you agree with that? How the #1 guy gonna be a guy that lost? I just don't see that. Right now, the #1 guy is Andre Ward until he's out of the sport. He's the #1 guy. So somebody gotta give him an L and beat Andre Ward. Other than that, he's the best boxer in the game right now. So until somebody do something, it is what it is. Let me see. Oh, okay. Karceno, your boy Sean, man, why is he always hating on Floyd and Al Heyman? It's like somebody they took his girlfriend or something. He's like, Floyd didn't give him an interview? You need to, I know he's your boy, you need to speak on this, Karceno. Sure. As I said before, Sean has his own channel, and yes, he uses the Boxing Socialist logo and brands it the Boxing Socialist, but that's what he goes under, and puts his own thoughts under Boxing Socialist. So it's freedom of speech. Am I happy about it? Like, yay, like, do I agree? Well, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says. Like, I totally don't agree with it, but it's his channel, you know, like, he could say what he wants to on his YouTube channel. The only thing that's bad about it is that his channel is based on the website. So it's not like he's just posting it making it on his channel, then posting it to the website. His link is boxingsocialist.com, which links with me. So the thing is that when you say boxingsocialist.com and then you make your own personal statement, now it looks like, is it mine? Is it his? Is it, you know, like if you upload it or something on Boxing Socialist, it's different. Because I can upload it under my name, Karceno, and people say, oh, well, that's Karceno. Oh, he uploaded it to boxingsocialist.com. But when you Boxing Socialist, putting it on boxingsocialist.com, then, you know, it's hard to say that's just Sean, because it's really me and Sean when it comes to Boxing Socialist. So now it's like, well, who made the statement? Is this coming from him? If you're an outside person looking in. But if you're somebody who know better, then you'll know that that's Sean and this is me. Sean does the boxingsocialist.com stuff, but the outside person is not going to know that. So that's where it becomes like confusing to some. And I'll probably get backlash for something. And yes, over time we've changed what the website used to be. There's been a lot of changes that happened in the past year that I didn't understand and why we did it, but I guess we had to, like, update the website or something, and we lost a lot of old material, so it's like we're starting a new website now, and it damaged a lot of stuff. Like, that stuff mattered to me, so that's the only difference. Like, this new site here, even though it may look and appear to be the same, this is all new. This is a new update, new upscale. Remember the chat room we used to have? You know, I'm quite sure you do. If you've ever been on the website, we had the chat room. Chat room gone. All the stuff that we used to have that I used to love is just not there. So I don't know if it just got outdated and they had to update. But all the back stuff we used to have, all that material, all those great articles, great stories, great interviews, up in smoke. So it's like somebody erase your history and you only go back and exist for 1 year. You know, it stings. So that answers that question. Now let's go to something else so I can get that off my mind. The legends of boxing. As far as the heavyweight division, who was the best 4 heavyweights besides Muhammad Ali? And this is my list, because I think Muhammad Ali was second. I got Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, and then I got Frazier. I never sat down to do that. Okay, yeah, he was talking about he did have Tyson beating Frazier. I mean Muhammad Ali if they would have fought, because he think Muhammad Ali would have got knocked out early and surprised by Tyson's attack speed. I think Muhammad Ali beats Mike Tyson. Too much height, power, speed. Ali would have turned him, got him into the later rounds, and then went to work. He'd have grabbed him, let Tyson tire himself out, hit him with them hard jabs, and fight backing up, which Ali could do. So I think he would have tired him out. And then once Tyson slowed down a bit, then Ali would have went to work. So, but it could go both ways. But if you wanted me to make my list of the greatest 4 heavyweights of all time, it probably wouldn't be in this era. But if I had to do it out of your 4, it would be, out of that 4, I would say Ali. Then probably Mike Tyson. Yeah, I think Tyson would have beat Foreman at that time, because Foreman wouldn't have been able to handle Mike's speed, and Mike would have been first. And George wasn't a good counter puncher. And he would have had to been first to get Mike's attention. He had the power to get Mike's attention, but Mike had power too, and he can always be first. So that's a whole different situation. And I'm picking Tyson to beat him. He would have beat Foreman, even in Foreman's prime. George couldn't fight going backwards. So out of your 4, it would go the only person Frazier couldn't beat was Foreman. So I think Smoking Joe would have been last on that list. So I got Ali, Tyson, Foreman, and Smoking Joe. But my all-time, Jack Johnson is the best heavyweight to ever live. Probably the best fighter ever to live is Jack Johnson. If you want to go through records and stuff, I'd say Jack Johnson. So that's that. And will we ever have another Fabulous 4 like Duran, Hearns, Hager, and Leonard? I hate that. I really hate the Fabulous 4 garbage. And this is writers. This is what I hate about it. Writers did this. Writers did that. And it made me sick to my stomach, because they made it look like Hagler and all these guys, they like, well, all 4 of those guys fought each other, but they fought each other at different times. When Hagler fought Thomas Hearns, that was an exciting fight. It was Hearns moving up from welterweight to come up there to fight Hagler at middleweight. And Tommy had the frame for middleweight, but he wasn't really a full-fledged middleweight yet. But it was great and exciting for boxing. Okay, Sugar Ray Leonard. Okay, he fought Duran 2 times back then. The first fight, that was great. He lost. The second fight, the immediate rematch, and they had it happen right away. Duran was out of shape, wasn't ready for the fight. So it was a dud, and it was the no mas fight. It wasn't an exciting fight at all. And the third fight they did was years later, when it really didn't make any sense, when Duran was just fighting for paychecks and was losing every week. I mean, that what you want? I mean, Thomas Hearns, I mean, this is what I don't like. Writers used to focus on those 4 fighters. There was other fighters in that era that was making fights that was great. They had better fights against other people. I mean, Hagler Hearns was great. Hagler Hearns and Leonard was great. Hearns and Duran was great. You see what I'm saying? Thomas Hearns had great fights against those guys. You know, that's where, you know, I mean, if you want to say the Fabulous 4, he the one had the great fights. Hagler versus Leonard wasn't a great fight. It was a boring fight according to everybody else's status. But people like to bring that fight up. It's sickening to me. You saw more action in Mayweather Pacquiao than you did in Hagler Leonard. But yet, y'all say that it was a boring fight. It's so stupid the way people are, man. It's unbelievable. I happen to like both fights. I saw Sugar Ray Leonard not winning against Hagler. And I just don't understand it, man. I just think they had more fights. James the Heat Kenshin, Thomas Hearns was a greater fight. I mean, Roberto Duran had wars where he won the title back, but Duran best weight. He was the best lightweight ever. Probably in boxing history, Duran was. That's his weight class. He had no business at middleweight. None. He was just a name walking around fighting people. You know, and just making some money. But nobody really took him seriously at them higher weights. It was just, Duran just couldn't cut down the weight no more. But his greatness was at the lighter weights. So him going to war with Hagler was like, man, that was a good war, but Hagler was gonna beat on him. You know, and it's not his weight class. So I don't really respect that. Even though Tommy was the only one to put him to sleep, Duran was like not his weight class, period. But he just couldn't. It was a bad matchup. Thomas Hearns is a bad matchup for Duran in any class. Tommy had speed and he had power. Hard guy to fight. Hard guy to win rounds against. Because Tommy could box. He can get on the back foot and box, which is another dimension to Thomas Hearns that made him dangerous. But I hate they labeled him the Fabulous 4. I mean, it was just the most publicified fighters of that era. And to me, it just like overshadowed the entire division of all the other fighters that were in there that were making fights happen, and I just didn't like that. Like, what about Benitez? You know, I think he was great at that time, and it kind of just killed his career off. But he had some pretty decent fights in there. Camacho at that time was doing great, and you had well, Chavez was just come into his own. But you had, I think Hector Camacho was starting to come up in that time, in the early 80s. And then Azuma Nelson started coming up. So this is like, yeah, towards the end of this era. And the newer generation was starting to move up. So, yeah, I feel it. I feel what they was doing, but still, when they handed the keys over to Sugar Ray Leonard, my goodness. The boxing writers, they just Like, we need to make these for the main guys. I'm like, jeez. I just couldn't. I just hated it personally. Calling them the Fabulous Four and all that craziness, you know. Oh, Billy Joe Saunders? Yes, I saw that fight. And I was shocked because I thought Andy Lee would win, but I told you Billy Joe Saunders is something else, and he was the guy that was on Boxing Socialist a lot. You saw a lot of him, his manager Tim Rickerson. He sends us all his press release, his interviews, everything we want from Billy Joe Saunders, and the guy keeps winning, man. What are you gonna say? And I'm very happy for them. They came from the bottom, and now they're the champion, and I'm very proud of them. And Triple G is running from Saunders now, and they aggressively trying to make the fight with Triple G and get a unification. And he over there, hour. I mean, what are you running from? I mean, they want to fight the Sizzle. Go ahead and unify. That's Sizzle. Fight Billy Joe Saunders. So y'all just probably did my next video. Royce the 5'9". Why do I hate Royce the 5'9"? What did he do? Royce the 5'9", I just told you in the video what he did. Well, Royce the 5'9", it's just his personality. And the way he treat people, and the way he is. It's like I know guys like that. And I know the type of I knew he was going to have problems with things. This is before he had all these problems. You know, this is at the time when he was being looked at like he was going to be the next big thing because Eminem blew. So Eminem blowing up left the lane open in Detroit like, hey, maybe we got to look into Detroit and see what they got going on over there. Oh, he got a friend named Royce the 5'9". But like I said, we had dudes ready to go. Like they would have battled him at the drop of a hat and been like, let's go. And we want to see what you really got, Royce. You know, Chicago got MCs that don't care. You know, like they will put it in your chest. And me, my strength is freestyling. I could sit down and write a rhyme and destroy somebody's ego and destroy a career in 5 seconds. Don't forget, Drake used me as a reference track for Back to Back. So, and if you don't believe that, go listen to my video, Drake versus Meek Mills, Part 1. The beef between Drake and Meek. That was before Back to Back. That was after Charged Up. When Charged Up dropped, I dropped that video. And everything I'm saying in that video, he mentioned on Back to Back. Or Great Minds Just Think Alike. But that video was everywhere. And Drake was all over the internet looking at videos, pulling off these memes because he was getting ready to do his show. So I'm quite sure he saw the video I put out, which had the meme with the numbers comparing Drake to Meek Mills. So a lot of people say I hate Meek. Look, the people I told you I didn't like, now the world don't. They see the holes in them right away. People I didn't like then, they ended up being the people I told you they were. Meek Mills. It told you what the type of rapper he was. Meek Mills, the type of guy he is, no way is he going to be in contention with Drake. Told you. And he ended up being exactly who I said he was. When I told you about this guy here, Royce the 5'9", anybody can, a lot of MCs punch a hole in him. And I saw people comments like, man, he nice on the mic and all that. Dude, I could freestyle right now and probably do damage to the man's ego. We had a crew of people that would go through a guy like that. Trust me, if you met Royce to find out, you saw him back there, especially in 99. 99, are you serious? This guy? No. He wouldn't even been taken seriously. It was MCs in Chicago back then that would hand him his hat. They were not playing on the mic back then. It was some people slaying in 99 because they was on the old format of getting better. Like, I gotta say something this next guy ain't saying. I gotta do this next thing that guy ain't saying. And a guy like this guy, Royce and me, that battle would have lasted 5 to 9 minutes. It's easy, man. It's nothing. He's a simple, silly dude with a record deal. It's funny to me. Everybody want to be Pac when they rhyme, but nobody wants to be Pac in his prime. I would rush Royce with 5'9" and see if he'd like to get shot 5 times. Polygon, don't know which shape of a side he's on. Only fools would pay to really see him perform. Scooby-Doo rapper, comic book viewer, everybody look at you like you manure. Goon Squad, you went and copped and bought them guns in your own name. Guess who's going down when somebody gets slain? Then you posting videos with you with them on the internet. I guess somebody need them a little respect. Who gonna take you serious as a rapper when you dressed up like R. Kelly and Genuine in the same package? Rhinestone rapper, gimmick ass nigga. Man, don't ever bring Royce the 5'9" up to me. You ain't even from the D. How you going around talking about you, Royce, when you drive a Mitsubishi? Come on, man. Coming out of a Yukon. You wasn't even driving in. That was your man's car. And it's supposed to be a rap star. Give Eminem a star. Give him a check. He deserves anything that you get. Man, this dude's a clown, man. Rolls Royce is made in the UK, by the way, not the D. What is he doing, man? What, he served Henry Fredericks? Sir Henry Frederick or Frederick Henry fucking Royce the 5'9", really? He's that raw and ill? He's nothing. He's a fragment rapper that will be left in fragments by any MC from Chicago, Illinois, any MC from New Jersey, any MC period would body him. He's nothing. Royce the 5'9" is nothing. Believe you me, he's nothing. That's me just freestyling and just destroyed his whole credibility. I mean, didn't Goon Squad, he flipped on them. They saw he was shady. They beat the hell out of him in the streets and gave him his fucking chain back. Another silly ass rapper with a record deal. But, you know, he plays the part with his How to Be a Rapper kit. You know, got the sunglasses, the R. Kelly bandana with rhinestones on it, looking like he's part of an R&B group. You don't know which way he gonna blow. You know. And he talking and spitting rhymes like he's really putting in work and like he's really a gangster in the street from the D. Well, if you really the guy in the streets from the D, I don't know nobody that's gangsters out there arguing at their barber because they didn't line their mustache up right. Silly rappers, man. I'm telling you, y'all follow these clowns. And y'all don't hear, well, at least he can spit. There's a lot of people that can spit. They at home. I would write a rhyme here that would crush that boy's ego and give it to a rapper, and they would destroy him. He gonna try to diss Drake. Drake will kill him. I told people that day, I'm like, Royce the 5'9", are you serious? He's the wackest dude in the group. He's a hype man at best. Man, Eminem would swallow him. Swallow Royce. He just don't want to do it because he didn't want to get involved with Goon Squad now like that. He didn't really want to bump heads with that crew. And they knew he was a goofy. Man, look. Y'all don't have me going off on this. I just want to answer y'all question. When y'all said, like, what about Royce? You know, like, why do you hate Royce the 5'9" so much? Because he's a silly dude who makes silly decisions and then go back and change and be like, oh, my bad, man, let's just go back to base. I ain't got time for dudes like that. I ain't got time to let them keep coming back, switching and flipping like pancakes, you know. Just let them be what they gonna be. I don't need no Joe Buttons. I don't need none of them type dudes. Anybody, y'all, they deserve to be in that group. Let them all stay in that circle. I don't need none of them. But a real MC will punch holes in dudes like that. You think he's raw? No, he's witty. He dropped fragments, rhymes. You know, like, you know, all metaphorical freak. If anybody just want to rap metaphors, that just don't make you a rapper or MC just because you can drop metaphors and like, oh, set up punch, set up punch, set up punch, set up punch, set up punch. You know, it's no skill in saying, man, I do you like, man, you nothing like, man, I'm ill ass. If you got to use like and ass and use those similes over and over again in your rhyme, that means you're basic. A real MC will look at you like, yeah, come on, get real. You got to be more witty than that. You know, you got to be creative in how you drop it because you want to make sure you drop it in a way where nobody else has dropped it before. Well, at least that's the way it used to go. Now it's like, oh, he did it. I'm going to put mine that way. I'm just going to flip it. Like when Big Sean stole Method Man's like three C3POs. You know, Method Man was the first one I ever heard on wax say C3POs. I got to go C3POs. Next thing you know, dude was like, I got to C3POs like Star Wars. It was just whack the way he said it. It was just like, dude, we know you bit it. But nobody else put it on wax. If Meth bit it, he bit it good because nobody put it on wax. Then I hear Big Sean come steal it. And I said, oh, okay. I guess that's what it is now. But it's cool. What was your next question y'all had on the list? Who? Let's just say Royce did some really shiesty dealings behind closed doors. I mean, Royce did some real shiesty things behind closed doors to a lot of Chicago MCs out here. And MCs in general. A lot of people was putting on local shows out there. Because it don't take you a lot of money to put these shows on. But everybody he dealt with was getting rid of them. You know, every label he had, he basically was kicked off of. And that's basically because they figured out that this is the best that he's ever going to be. He's going to be this type of rapper. He can't be anything else. He can't formulate making a great song. It's either gotta be I gotta diss this somebody or diss this person because that's the only thing he can do. So that's all. It's not like I know it's his attitude right away. If you met him, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you met Royce, you'll know what I'm talking about. For real. Why am I always attacking HBO? They've been putting on good fights, and everybody put on a mismatch. I get what you're saying. Why am I always attacking HBO? Let's stay with that question. Okay? You put in here, why always attack HBO? Alright, let's go to the next question here. Karceno, why you always attacking HBO, but you don't say nothing when Al Heyman puts up a BS card like Danny Garcia and Soka? I don't remember you saying anything about that. And the PBC is it's garbage. It's just mismatches. And when is you gonna see Errol Spence fight somebody? He's been doing the same thing for 3 years, and y'all ain't talking about him. But yet you want to talk about HBO. Karceno, you biased. Okay. We knew a fool was going to show up. I just spoke about this yesterday, to be exact. If you watched all the videos instead of the one video you probably heard or saw, you would know that I've talked about Danny Garcia and Soka. I talked about that being a mismatch. And that fight had nothing to do with PBC. That had something to do with the process that was happening between the split between Golden Boy and Al Heyman. That's what that fight had to deal with. And when they split, then you got to see Peterson and Danny Garcia. Once they did it on PBC. What fight on PBC do you have a problem with? You mentioned Errol Spence. Yes, I put out a video saying it's time for Errol Spence to fight the upper echelon fighters now. They tried to push for Keith Thurman to fight Errol Spence. You guys had a problem with that. Errol Spence ain't fought nobody yet. So, okay, who's the somebody for Errol Spence to fight that you would think is suffice? But I agree. If you watch the videos, you will see the video where I say Errol Spence, it's time for Errol Spence to move up. See, I don't have a side. I tell the truth. The problem is, the truth is just not a popular thing these days. People love to be lied to. I had somebody on one of the beef videos was like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I just like the way you tell it. So I'm like, wow. You don't care if it's true or not. I would be alarmed by that. But that's the mind state of people now. They just want to hear somebody say something. Because that's what television is now. People just talk about just anything. There's no news to report anymore. I'm like, man, is anything going on in the news today? They talk about somebody's dress. They talk about somebody's hair. Just a bunch of nothing. And she really was brave the way she came out in that outfit. Because normally you don't wear that outfit with those shoes. Yes. And was the designer great? The way he just put the pins in there. And yes. And I mean, this is just like his fall edition flavor. I'm like, what is this? Extra. Bunch of news of nothing. People talking about where they're going. Oh yeah, we're going to go and it's going to be a fabulous night and we're all going to go there and then it's going to be everybody's going to be there. It's going to be a great entertainment at the Met Gala. What is the gala about? We getting together to hear people talk and be awarded for them just nothing and we're just going to stand around in tuxedos and talk to people and clap? Ika Biabuchi is back. Do you think he could beat Deontay Wilder? That's a good question. But the man ain't fought since what, 99? But I don't see, Wilder is such a wild card, and the heavyweight division is such a wild card. You don't know who could beat anybody right now. Anybody could beat anybody in that division. There's not one guy that could completely dominate the division. That's the thing about it. The heavyweight division is so up for grabs. Even though Deontay Wilder has beaten everybody he faced and only one person went to distance, his athleticism is getting him over in fights. But he could be beaten. It's just yet to be proven. If somebody else is in shape and they have some boxing skill, they might be in the fight. So we'll see how that plays out. But it's intriguing because now he's like somebody you don't really believe he can't be beaten. You think like, yeah, if somebody hit him on the spot, he's gonna go. But who's it gonna be? But you're intrigued to see what's gonna happen if the Wilder fights. Wilder fights Biabuchi. I mean, that's gonna be a brutal fight. But I heard he signed with Michael Kontz. This is like Kontz's second fighter ever. Besides Manny Pacquiao, I guess. I don't know. And this is the same Michael Kontz who came off the couch. He was sleeping on a couch in somebody's office. He didn't have a place of his own before Bob Arum assigned him the job of being Manny Pacquiao's manager. So, you go figure. What y'all want to talk about Al Heyman? Is he a manager or is he an advisor? He's overstepping his boundaries. No one talks about that. Alright. But I think that fight is, I don't know. When we seen what Tyson looked like out of the ring for 3 years. Let's see what happens with Ika Biabuchi, who's been out for 16 years. Karceno beef videos are getting stale now. You need to speed them up. What you want me to do? You want me to tell people to go out there and hit somebody? If you don't like it, don't watch the video. You have the choice. Does anybody have a gun to your head telling you, man, you better like this video? And like talking about, man, you talking too slow, man. Get it on, speed, get to it. Do you not have a feature on your YouTube that it can advance the video? If you don't like the process, speed it up yourself. Jump to a part that you want to hear in the video. People say some of the dumbest stuff. This is why I fear for the world. Like, one of these dudes is going to be a boss somewhere and in charge of nuclear codes. And when a Russian invasion is coming in or somebody's invading from another country, they're going to be on their iPhone. Oh, man. Oh, something going down. I got to hit the buttons. What was the numbers again? These people might be in charge of your children's lives. They might be the boss or somebody to decide who's going to be hired for something. So yeah, when I hear these people talk, I'm like, man, I fear for this world. Oh, this is a good question. Which was the better album, Karceno? The Low End Theory, Stakes is high. Philadelphia halftime. Or Nas, It Was Written. Oh, well, the question was, if I had to take one, it's the end of the world, I had to take one CD that I can take with me. The spaceship is coming to pick me up. Which CD do you grab out of the four? Very interesting. I'm taking It Was Written. Because on It Was Written, there's a history behind it, and a story behind it, as not more with the other three, with me. From going to get the CD, the listening to it, we had it before it came out. You know, the mom and pops get them for early. So we had them before everybody else had it commercially, and we all sitting there listening to it. And every song that's coming on, we just falling out our chair. Ooh! And I Gave You Power just blew everybody away. Because we all listening to the verse, we was like, wait a minute. He talking like he a gun. Oh, man, he's sick, man. Yeah. I'll take It Was Written. Hands down. Hands down. It Was Written. Then, let me go to the next question. What do you do a beef about? Please, sports beef. Can you please talk about how LeBron James' mom? Look, that's a delicate situation. I may do it and I may not, because I don't like to talk about somebody's mother. You know what I'm saying? And bring that back up with his mom's and what happened with, dude. So I see the question. I've gotten the question 1,000 times from y'all since I've done one sports beat. Is it really true? Tell us, Karceno, what's going on. I mean, we know, but we don't know. Like I wasn't in the room with him when he was doing what he was doing. But were there meetings about it from the NBA? Absolutely. Were there certain provisions and things done after that? Yes. And it was handled. So that was that. Oh, the last time I was in Oakland? Oh, wow. This is years ago, man. Many moons ago. I haven't been in Oakland in a long time. But when I was there, it's like that place don't evolve. And that's what I like about it. It stays the same. Like on one street area, like in San Francisco, it's like in San Fran they got it's like 1970s. People care about their cars. They getting the paint jobs. They getting everything done to the whip. You see the man with the stacks. The straight pants, some tight jeans. They sitting out there talking about how it was in 79. Yeah, man. So what I said was, I'm like, they still got them dudes out there. What's up, Slick? What's up, Cat? Yeah, man. Read it to me right, man. Shit, man. Hell yeah. And I mean, that's what I miss about being out there. It's like they on some laid back, kicking it chill, just let's ride, get the car clean. It's like summer. Like what you do in the summertime. You ride around, they look for chicks, talk to them out the window. What's up? It's just what they do. They go to the spot. Everybody be at the spot chilling, get some barbecue. I mean, then you drive through and get some like okra, fried okra, some collard greens, cornbread through a drive-through. Man, I swear, Oakland's like the country. I miss that. But I don't know when I'm going back. Let's go to the next question. I never. Oh, this guy's like, you know all this hip hop. Is there an underground Karceno mixtape? You probably wouldn't. I did make one, but I destroyed like all of them. I don't like how my voice sound on the record. Never liked the way my voice sound. Everybody be like, "That's cool." I mean, I don't like it. I don't like the way my voice sound on the record. So I would write the rhyme, give it to somebody else to rap, and tell them how it should be rapped, and then they'll go and do the song. That's how it would go. I just sit there and write it. And if I find something like on the track that's got like a good sample beat, and somebody wants to chop it up, I'd be, oh, you need to grab this record here. This record got this on it, and go to the hook, go to the bridge, go to this part here, because it's before the bridge, and the beat change into this. It's give you like 4 seconds. Just take that. It's something there. You know, you just make the suggestion, and the person go, yeah, let me see. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I could use that. And I could put them horns on something else. So it's a lot that go into it, and you got to get everything to sync up. And when you get it to sync up, and that's that. I don't have time to do that. And that's when you got your engineers and the people in there, they try to see where you're going. Because it's hard to do that type of stuff with an engineer when you leaving without working with your engineer. Because they got to hear what you're hearing and then try to make sense out of it in the end. So, but no, there shouldn't be. There's probably like 2 Karceno songs out there while I'm dropping a verse, and I'm on there with like a whole group of people. So there's probably 3 verses flying around on a cassette tape of me rapping. Other than that, that's all you gonna get. Who's my favorite rapper out of all the rappers today? Well, my rappers are still out there making records, so I can just buy them. It's just that y'all might not, but I like that Jadakiss top 5. You know, so I got Jadakiss. I got Jada's record. I got, I think J. Cole is nice. I mean, Kendrick is decent, but he's not what like everybody was thinking. Like he's the world's greatest. He just have the world's greatest engine behind it. As far as management, people that's guiding him to the right places. They give him all the 11 Grammys nominations. Come on, man. But his album was great, but to me, I love King Cool. I got a bone to pick. I don't want you looking my dick in my motherfucking again. I'm mad. He mad. But I ain't stressed. Two friends. One question. When you and I was walking. Man, anybody bringing back the funk, that's what you do. I mean, that was an instant banger. I heard it one time and said, that's the hit right there. That's what you drop. Soon as I heard it, I didn't even have to hear it all the way through. I heard that beat and said, they killed this track. They brought the funk in. I'm like, that's what you do. Everybody can ride to this. Well, I guess not. When is your boy Kell Brook gonna fight somebody, Karceno? I knew that was coming. He got a mandatory defense, and I know y'all want to see him in a big fight, but when you got these promotional wars going on, it's hard to get something done. They've been trying to get Amir Khan to fight Kell Brook. It's the fight that makes sense. What's wrong with Amir Khan? It's like this dude just gets close to a fight and just it blows up in his face. It's not realistic. This guy, I don't know what his problem is. His ego was too grand. He done blew the Floyd Mayweather fight. He done blew the Pacquiao fight. He done blew this fight here with Kell Brook, it looks like. So I don't know what's going on. I just hope Kell Brook fight the winner, Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. You know, if Porter loses that fight, because, you know, he beat Sean Porter already. So I still want to see him do something else, though, and, you know, make the claim. You know, they got him ranked number 2 behind Manny Pacquiao, who's 3-3 in his last 6 fights. Yeah, but, you know, that's just me. Pacquiao number 1 welterweight, they need to be slapped. Yeah. Oh, what to expect in 2016 from Karceno? Good question. More the same. A year older. Got another year in the bag. Blessed to have it. So I know at least 2015 won't be on my tombstone. Well, we just gonna keep giving y'all what y'all been requesting and asking for. Y'all want the real? We gonna keep giving y'all the real. We'll keep putting it out there and putting that work out there so y'all can enjoy it and make your own decisions. And we just reflect what happens in the world. So I can't really tell y'all what's next until something pops up next. So we have to wait and see what happens in the world. Oh, my sister Karceno. Is she taking? Just assume that this is a convent and she's a nun. N-O-N-E. None of you will ever take my sister. No, that's the way I see that. Let me see. Why am I upset about Crawford versus Lundy? Didn't you just see my video? The video tells you why. Oh, my anticipated movie of 2016, The Girl on the Train. When I read the book, I said this book is going to be a movie. The Girl on the Train, and it's already filmed with Emily Blunt for 2016. I want to see Civil War, of course. There's plenty of movies coming out yet that just escapes me right now, but I'll do something on that. But The Girl on the Train, ever since the success of Gone Girl, I knew The Girl on the Train would be next. I said The Girl on the Train will be the next book that comes out, and that will be another thriller where it drags you all the way through. I'm just exhausted right now. I'm going to take a break. Still a little jet lag. So, I'm out.